Hey everybody. So today I want to talk to y'all about something that I think is really important for y'all to stay informed right now. There's a lot going on, and so some of you may know what I'm about to talk about. Some of you may not know, but after this video, you're gonna all know, okay? So, with that said, you guys, again, I hope that this situation does not turn into something much bigger, but I believe that it is always better to be informed and stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? So today we want to talk about something called H5N1, okay? Better known as the bird flu. Now, some of you may say, okay, I've been hearing a little bit about this in the news, but I want to first bring to your attention the progression of how this has been playing out, right? So 9 months ago, we were hearing about this just a little bit in the news, but so much that we have other countries around the world 9 months ago that were talking about this, even though America wasn't really giving us much information about it, okay? So here is India 9 months ago speaking on this very thing.
Our next story is about bird flu. From Antarctica to America, it's spreading everywhere. In the South Pole, thousands of penguins are dead. In America, thousands of cattle are infected. And not just that, even humans are affected now. A man in Texas has been infected with the virus. It was after he came in touch with sick cows. Does that mean the virus could spread to more humans? America's top disease control body says no. That's the CDC. It believes the rate of transmission to humans is still low, but scientists are urging caution. Could bird flu become the next pandemic?
Then we find not too long ago that California, before the fires, if you remember, if you're in California, you may know. If you're not, maybe you don't. But they declared a state of emergency for a moment. It was around the same time that the drones was flying everywhere, right? We were preoccupied with those things, just like we're preoccupied right now when it comes to Trump getting in the White House, and we're focused on so many other things while this is steady still going on. So we went from 9 months ago it being talked about in other places all across the world, right? And now we hear about a month or so ago that there were cases in California to the point where they declared a state of emergency.
I'm Ellen Leva, live from ABC7. California has declared a state of emergency in response to the bird flu. Governor Gavin Newsom made the proclamation in order to streamline and expedite the state's response to the virus. This virus has spread to 16 states, and California has reported 34 human cases.
Okay. But since then, I want you guys to know that here we are down the road, however long ago that was, when they declared the state of emergency a month or so ago. Now, as well as the cases in California, we have our first death from a person that caught this.
With reports of the first human death from bird flu here in the U.S., some folks might be feeling a little uneasy and wondering if this could lead to another pandemic. We spoke to an expert at the University of Washington School of Medicine about what you need to know. Dr. Alex Greninger joins us now in ARC Seattle. He's a professor in laboratory medicine and pathology at UW Medicine. Doctor, thanks so much for being here. Let's talk about this bird flu that's making news. It's a virus called H5N1. Tell us more about it and if it's something that we should actually be concerned about.
Sure. So H5N1 has been around for almost 25 years now, started in Southeast Asia. Various H5N1s have been spreading around. This particular strain entered into the U.S. just a couple of years ago, found its way into avian species or throughout North America, and as well as into our dairy cows. And it's had about almost 70 cases now. I think there was just one that hasn't technically been confirmed by the CDC in San Francisco in the last couple of days. I think that's like maybe 67. We did also have the first death, unfortunately, about a week ago in Louisiana.
The next thing that you're going to find is that even though we talked about it in California, it is now in Massachusetts.
It appears the bird flu has arrived here in Massachusetts. Health officials believe the flu strain killed dozens of geese, swans, and other birds in Plymouth. And as WBC's Mike Sullivan found, the outbreak has wildlife experts on high alert tonight.
Connecticut.
Bird flu has been detected just over the border in Connecticut. The state's Department of Health says it was found in a backyard flock in New London.
Tennessee.
The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency is warning hunters tonight about rising cases of bird flu across the southeast.
South Carolina.
A safety alert. Spartanburg County just had a confirmed case of the bird flu. The CDC has this map of cases across the country. It says the virus was reported about 2 weeks ago in a flock of 490 birds. It's right here. This is Spartanburg County there on the map. So far, it has not spread to humans here in the Carolinas, but it is a concern.
Normally with outbreaks like this, it's usually gone within a season. This is the longest for an animal disease outbreak that we've experienced. And as you were talking about earlier, that's what's given it more of a chance to continue to mutate, which is why people are watching it much more closely.
And now Georgia.
The state of Georgia now halting all activities around poultry statewide after bird flu was confirmed in our area.
Okay, you guys, so with all of that said, I guess the question that should be posed to all of us is, being that this is the bird flu, and for the most part, it is affecting birds, right, and animals. But the question is, can this transmute and start affecting us? Now, we do see that most of the cases that have come out have actually affected humans that have been in contact with animals. But we do have several cases of people who are not in any contact with animals and they did get the bird flu. So the question is, if they contracted it from another human, is this starting to mutate from human to human? That is when it becomes a problem. So let me play this clip for you of what an expert had to say about viruses and what we should be, aware of and kind of watching out for.
Allie, the CDC is still closely monitoring the bird flu. We've been telling you about the impact to egg prices, and now this morning we're taking a closer look at the virus's risk to humans.
ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott spoke to an expert about this. She's live in studio this morning with the latest. Good morning, Larissa.
Hey, good morning, Andrew. India. I'm told that there is a huge effort nationwide right now to track this and stay on top of it so cases don't become more widespread.
Health officials around the country have been watching avian influenza, also known as H5N1 or bird flu, tracking cases as it spreads to more animals.
These influenza strains can jump species. They can go from animals to humans.
Bird flu is highly infectious and typically has a high mortality rate in humans.
The scary thing is that out of 1,000 cases, about half of them died. So this can be very, very severe in we humans who are, humans who are not used to seeing this particular strain before. We don't have partial immunity against it.
The CDC reports that so far there have been 67 confirmed human cases in the U.S. and 1 death. So how worried should we be? That's the question I asked Dr. Sten Vermund. He's the dean of the USF College of Public Health and chief medical officer of the Global Virus Network.
So I think this is not the cause for alarm here in Florida.
However, Vermund says recent reports show the virus is mutating and adapting, and that's what federal health officials are most worried about, as the bird flu has a serious potential to become a pandemic. Vermund is part of a group tracking this virus, watching for what's called a reassortment event.
What that means is that a human flu virus and an avian flu virus infect the same person, and those viruses can exchange genetic information and create a virus that is unfamiliar to our immune system but is adapted for human spread. And that's how we've had pandemic influenza.
Currently, though, the human risk remains low, but experts are staying prepared. And while officials aren't sure exactly how everyone who's been infected was exposed to the virus, the vast majority of the confirmed cases have been in cattle and poultry workers, indicating that the virus is not spreading easily between people at this point.
If we start seeing human-to-human transmission, that would be a very worrisome sign.
So with that being said, everybody, I just want to inform you of this information. I just want you to stay informed and stay prepared. People are talking about this. And like I said, all of this started 9 months ago, where we first started hearing about it. And over time, it has continued to grow from, there's not really any cases, to there are more cases. And then it went from those cases were people having contact with, animals, to now we have cases from people who have not had any contact with animals and even someone losing their life. So with that said, you guys, I just want y'all to stay informed. Keep an eye on it, of course, at this channel. Go ahead, subscribe, like, share this information with your family, your loved ones, so that they can be informed too. And I will continue to watch this and keep you guys informed. But I definitely think that it's something we need to keep our eye on.